Yo, what is up everybody? It's Joe the Great here and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be ranking the Hokage from weakest to strongest. Now I know, inevitably I'll probably upset some people because people have differing opinions on how to rank the Hokage exactly. However, just know I tried to make the list as objective as I possibly could, tried to eliminate speculation as much as I could, and of course removed my own emotional bias during the creation of this list. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. At number 7, we have Tsunade. Now I know when concerning Tsunade and Kakashi, they are always compared and it's always debated about who is the stronger shinobi and hence who is the stronger Hokage. However, as I discuss both shinobi, hopefully it becomes more apparent why I have Tsunade at number 7. Tsunade is one of the legendary Sannin and quite possibly the best medical ninja we have ever seen within the Naruto verse. Thanks to this, she is able to store chakra in her strength of 100 seal, and when releasing the seal, has access to creation rebirth, which essentially gives her near invincibility, making her very difficult to eliminate once and for all. In addition to this, she has immense strength, even more so than the 4th Hokage, which gives her the ability to destroy large bodies of mass or large bodies of land. However, when compared to the other Hokage, she just doesn't have many impressive battle feats, nor as impressive as some of the Hokage. Some of her best feats include pummeling an armless and somewhat fatigued Orochimaru, as well as being able to crack Madara's partial Susanoo ribcage and later break it after a couple hits with some help from A and Onuki, who were all clearly narratively implied to be vastly inferior to Madara, highly implying that Madara could have ended it much sooner and much easier if he wanted to, which would have eliminated this feat anyway. So guys, basically, because of all this, her ninjutsu and offensive abilities are not on the level of the other Hokage, and she just doesn't have enough glaring adequate power scaling establishing feats to put her any higher on this list, which I hope will become more apparent as I progress through the list. At number 6 we have Kakashi. Kakashi is one of the greatest prodigies that the Hidden Leaf Village has ever known, becoming a Jonin at age 10, and an Anbu captain at age 13. Note that Boruto era Kakashi is stated to be significantly stronger than War Kakashi, the same Kakashi that was reacting to Version 2 Jinchurikis and spamming Kamui and lightning based attacks throughout the war arc. Admittedly, Kakashi is a tough Hokage to place because of the lack of feats in Boruto and the overall ambiguity revolving around Boruto's power scaling, so I've made my best inductive analysis based on the novel statement and short-lived skirmish with Koji Kashin. While the statement itself seems ambiguous, I've tried to limit speculation in my assessment, with my assessment being that Kakashi now has superior speed to Tsunade and a greater chakra reserve thanks to the Sharingan no longer weighing down on his chakra. So in the event that him and Tsunade were to battle, it is most likely that he would just simply overwhelm her with his now improved ninjutsu and would beat her down until she most likely is defeated due to pure exhaustion. Now her durability would be an issue, but again, thanks to him having superior speed, he would simply just overwhelm her as time goes on, with stamina no longer being nearly as much of an issue, with him being significantly stronger now compared to his War Arc version. So I think this is a good place to place Kakashi, because putting him any higher would require me to use more headcanon, so saying that Kakashi is superior to Tsunade isn't too outlandish to say, or outlandish at all for that matter, considering the fact that he's now significantly stronger, and considering the fact that they were already comparable even previous to the Boruto era. At number 5 we got Tobirama. Tobirama was stated to be the fastest ninja alive in his era, and also happens to be the founder of some of the most iconic jutsu within the Naruto verse, such as the Shadow Clone Jutsu and the Reanimation Jutsu. His best feats include speed blitzing Madara's brother, Uzuna Uchiha, and being able to tag Jubito on multiple occasions, which just speaks testament on Tobirama's intelligence and speed as a shinobi. What makes Tobirama so deadly are his many hacks abilities, which include Flying Raijin, Edo Tensei, and Bringer of Darkness. This, along with his Senju genetics, more than likely means he has very high levels of chakra, similar to his brother Hashirama Senju. Additionally, he happens to be one of the most intelligent shinobi in the Naruto verse, as evident by him founding some of the most pivotal jutsu within the Naruto verse, and him being able to deduce weaknesses within opponents very quickly, such as when he figured out Jubito's weakness to Sage chakra-based attacks. Tobirama during his day as Hokage was also one of the most pivotal figures in Konoha history when it came to politics, with him being the catalyst for the segregation of the Uchiha clan, which made him known for his iron fist type of leadership. So it is clear as day that Tobirama is one of the most dangerous and powerful shinobi that have ever lived within the shinobi world, earning him this spot on the list. At number 4 we have Hiruzen. Hiruzen is stated to know all of the jutsu within Konoha, and also happens to be masterful in all 5 basic chakra natures. Some of his most notable feats are simultaneously fighting a prime Orochimaru and a weakened version of Hashirama and Tobirama respectively. Keep in mind that he was already much past his prime, and it is also implied that he had a mental nerf due to him still caring about his former pupil Orochimaru. Another notable feat is him pushing back the Ninetales with his Emma-formed staff during the Ninetales attack on Konoha. At his best, his vast arsenal of jutsu along with his proficiency in all chakra natures made Hiruzen a highly respected Hokage not only in the Leaf Village but throughout the entire shinobi world, which is why he was regarded as the strongest Kage on Earth during his time as Hokage. Now when it comes to the comparison of Tobirama and Hiruzen, I am aware that many people compare them in their prowess and ability, but it is stated that Hiruzen is more talented than his former sensei, implying by the time he was in his prime, it is most likely that he was superior to prime Tobirama. Hence, it is clear that Hiruzen was a god amongst men, as his time as a shinobi and as Hokage, and belongs in the upper echelon of Hokage within Konoha history. At number 3, we have Minato. Minato Namikaze during his day was heralded as the Yellow Flash of the Hidden Leaf, being the fastest shinobi on Earth, and was so extraordinary that during the Third Great Shinobi War, there was a run-on-site order enacted upon by the Hidden Stone Village on the shinobi for just him alone. Some of his most notable feats include outspeeding Obito during the Ninetales attack, and outright outspeeding the Raikage going at full speed, which is stated to be around the speed of light, which just speaks testaments to the blazing speed that Minato had during his time as a shinobi. A more obscure fact about Minato was his proficiency in Funjutsu thanks to his familiarity with the Uzumaki clan, as evident by him successfully sealing the Ninetales with the Reaper Death Seal. It is unfortunate that we did not get to see Minato achieve more amazing feats as Hokage due to his premature death, but thanks to his dominance, blinding speed, and seemingly cutthroat battle style, it is clear as day that Minato was one of the most powerful Hokage to ever live. Coming in at number 2, we have Hashirama. Hashirama's greatest and most notable feat was being the only shinobi to ever best alive Madara Uchiha during their era, and is arguably the strongest non-six-pass character to ever live, with his feats being far superior to anyone previous on this list. Having ungodly amounts of chakra, perfect sage mode, and regeneration so efficient that it doesn't even require hand seals, Hashirama Senju earned the title of Goddess Shinobi, and rightfully so. He was so powerful that Madara Uchiha needed the aid of the Ninetales combined with his Susanoo attire and still failed to defeat Hashirama Senju. Hashirama was such a powerful shinobi that later in history, his own cells were looked at as gold due to the amp power his cells could grant an individual, which we were able to observe with people such as Danzo and Obito. Additionally, Hashirama successfully tamed the tailed beasts like mere pets, having the ability to sedate Biju chakra, and was so vastly superior to everyone else that he handed off the tailed beasts to other villages like mere toys. With the sheer power and toughness Hashirama possessed in his heyday, he essentially was invincible within the shinobi world, and was quite literally a god amongst all other shinobi. Finally, taking the top spot on this list, as I'm sure many of you could have guessed, we have Naruto. Naruto has many great feats, such as defeating Jubidara, defeating Sasuke in the Valley of the End, and many more. His feats put him in numerous leagues above anyone else on this list, and makes him the single strongest individual we have ever seen within the Naruto-verse, at least up until this point in time. He beat down Ishiki Otsutsuki in Baryon mode, and in this mode, using the adjective strong is the understatement of the year. Baryon mode is quite likely the single strongest amp and power we have ever seen, with Naruto already being a god amongst all shinobi previous to that mode. Naruto transcends the standard of shinobi every young shinobi strives to be. He became a literal god himself, beating down who people thought was god in Ishiki Otsutsuki. It is safe to assume that Naruto would stomp everyone else on this list, and most likely at the same time. At his best, his body likely had a regeneration rate that buried that of Hashirama's, ungodly chakra levels, and an amount of power that is more than enough to destroy a large planet, alongside of course his unrivaled willpower. With him being able to create thousands of shadow clones that are basically equal to himself while having the Ninetales power completely mastered, he is far and away the strongest Hokage to ever live. Hence, Naruto is the strongest shinobi to ever grace the position of Hokage, and to ever live in the shinobi world. And there you guys have it, folks. That is my list of the Hokage ranked from weakest to strongest. Now again, I am aware that making these kind of lists will inevitably stomp on someone's toes, since it is always a debatable topic when ranking certain groups of shinobi such as the Akatsuki, the Hokage, etc. However, I hope you enjoy my attempt at making the most objective list I possibly could. Keep in mind, speculation is inevitable since some things are just undeniably ambiguous, but that is my list. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course hit the sub button if you haven't already. But that's gonna wrap it up, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay classy.